The Justice Department's Inspector General announces he will investigate possible abuses of the FISA court by the FBI during the Obama administration. One America's John Hines has that report from Washington.
The announcement that the Department of Justice Inspector General will now investigate possible FBI abuses of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court may be good news to some. But for government watchdog group Judicial Watch, the announcement is perhaps too little, too late.
I think it's necessary but not sufficient because the IGs are slow. They're not necessarily as aggressive as people think.
Or as aggressive as he'd like, says Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton, who explains that the FISA warrant to surveil Trump campaign staffer Carter Page appears to have been based on the dossier paid for by the Clinton campaign, a fact unlikely to have been shared with the FISA court, a fact which may have precipitated the IG investigation itself, which raises an important question about the ongoing Mueller probe, says Fitton.
The Justice Department has an independent obligation to make sure its current operations are being done ethically, and they can't wait for the IG to act to tell them to do the right thing. And the question I have is this dossier being used now? One of the FISA applications at issue was approved by Rod Rosenstein, who's the number 2 at the current Justice Department. Is the dossier currently being used by Robert Mueller?
So there are questions about what sort of evidence the Mueller probe is using, and Fitton thinks it's appropriate for this kind of evidence to be shared with Judicial Watch in the name of transparency.
Well, I think the public pressure that Judicial Watch has brought to bear not only for accountability but transparency is having an impact. So this does not take the pressure off the Justice Department for either a special counsel or prosecutions or frankly disclosures, which are the easiest thing to do. Right now they're hiding records, stalling records, obstructing records. Congress is having to send staff members and members to the Justice Department to go over records that have been partially withheld, and they're finding more and more details in those records that the Justice Department has been withholding from them that have been extraordinary.
Fitton added that there is significant evidence that former President Obama was tracking the activities of the FBI, and that any investigation should ask the former president what he knew and when. John Hines, One America News.